Somno. The voice in my head says, why are you feeling that? Why don't you nurture your best source, you somnophiliac? How did this start? I was a walking interpretation of art right before I fell apart. It was about 3 weeks ago. I crossed Sydney wrong, almost put a gun to the temple of my ego. I almost killed T-Wo. This time forever in a grasping leap of faith, hoping to no longer be feeble. Cause all I ever wanted since birth was to be loved and to be considered beautiful, but my beauty was drugged. And the times I fell in love, love showed me what it becomes when you let it turn to resentment instead of overcome all the trials that go with it. And then I was gifted an abundance of the substance to the point of no limit, so I did it. I fell in love, and not just puppy love. Every Lord knows I loved it like I've never loved someone. But it's fucking done, something I came to terms with long ago. But it's part of the story as you observe it. And even though I was used, I found somebody new. And after her, I'll never say men can't be sexually abused. But I think I bounced back. In fact, I realized it really only happened because I allowed that. My empathy is strong, I've had my share of suicidal women. Come to think of it, I see that's the only kind I've been with. So you can imagine all the things I did that went unnoticed. In the face of adversity, I was standing stoic, but I was told my love wasn't needed there. So I sat and wrote it all up beside the seams of this paper, cause here I am, a poet. Soul matrimony is what I've been looking for, but who would think to find so much love behind a crooked door? But love hides in unnoticeable places. That's when I learned something about myself that shook my core. Nycto.
Worthless is what I feel almost every day. I look at my reflection, I cannot recognize my face. How can an angel even love this ugly mug who only shrugs with mainly melancholy, but is happy on some drugs? Always shove the ones who love him, care for him most away as defense mechanism because he struggles with what he says. Lunatic child, please mama come and help me, cause the way that I've been living I assure you isn't healthy. Appetite decreasing and I'm feeling really faint. I hope by now you motherfuckers recognize I'm not a saint. Vibrations getting distant cause I'm bothered with this hate, because I harbor on my past and I can't let go of my mistakes. My memory is vivid so it's hard for me to forget, and my insecurities make it harder for me to move through shit. I'm my biggest critic, I admit it. I want perfection and I hate to share my grief, I keep it buried with suppression. No depression in a minute, get occasional mood swings, but my mood it grows darker, making it harder for me to do things. My mind is chiropractic and I need some chiropractic healing, cause that cross sore out my back, my skin has pyroclastic feeling. Every day I'm day and dreaming about what could be. I'm thinking about how I live and die in the Holy Ghost. I am seeing visions of this nigga dying from diseases, deeply sinking, drowning quickly in a vast ocean it is. So do we leave him or retrieve him? I am seeing lacerated wounds, he bleeding heavily. Heavenly folk, just leave me alone to rob black beast feast, hanging in like Judas Iscariot. And I always wonder if there is a lot of things wrong with me and I just don't know what notice. So I try to be normal, but then I'm losing my focus and I forget to be myself and see myself how everybody sees me. So now I'm leaving to visit all of my demons, because they love me without reason and I'm somewhat comforted. They occupy my attention so I ignore the other shit. I think about the government, I think about these shootings, think about life and suicide as a suitable solution. Is what I feel real? Cause I'm not even sure. Some people think they're better than I feel miniature. It is hard to be humble sometimes when I'm feeling heated, when I really wanna rumble to fight whoever fucking need it. Fantasizing death in hypothetical situations I know will never happen, but I'm patiently waiting to be taken. I feel like everybody's life I do not benefit. They tell me to stop, it's not my fault that I'm super sensitive. I cannot please my girl and I'm distant from my brothers. Even worse, I barely talk to and grow further from my mother. Or rather fall in winter, I go dark and start to wither. Became bitter, got lost and I start to really reconsider everything from music to relations to my job to my health to religion. So tell me, am I fucking wrong to think that I'm a god, or cause I simply have these feelings? I know they're negative, but I really truly feel them. Feeling like a villain, but I'm out to get myself. Wanna wrap a rub around my neck and hang till I'm in hell. Cut my chest open and you'll see that my heart is black. This pain that I have, it feels just like a heart attack.
Fast forward to present day, and I'm forever changed. I'm learning things I always knew but couldn't see yesterday. I think it was about around the time I tried chemicals I started to realize I've always been bisexual, but it's hard. I don't know how those close will react, so I kept it secret for so long, which was holding me back. But never again will I hold myself to a lower standard. If my mind is confused, I know that my heart will hold the answers. My cellar door is open after years of barely budging. If I'm still afraid now, then all the times I was scared mean nothing. I'll persevere for those who were there for me a year ago, when all I had was a black-hearted, twisted mind and a tearful soul. My love is stronger even though my body's weaker. I'm a tiny step closer to drifting off in the ether. The non-believer in me is finding his faith again. Instead of turning my back on my people, I've been facing them. I part the Pacific in half and walk past the radiation, never looking back on the prison masquerading as a nation. This is my retaliation for all the times I was forced to keep emotions bottled up just to feature validation, but I'm done. I'm sorry for my negative thoughts. I've reached a bridge in my journey that only the penitent cross. I've killed all my expectations in attempts of preventing a loss, but with death of expectations there is much more to be lost. So I leap into my risks to free me from my sins of the past that I let out after bleeding from my wrists. Now I use all 5 senses, but I'm seeing with my 6. Now my aura hordes of demons who've been feeding off my sins. I lay awake with gods while I sleeping with my nymphs, and every song that I create is like a puzzle piece, a glimpse into my soul. I'm finally ready to show it. I'm finally ready to burst my seams at any moment. This is me, world. Fuck you if you don't like it. I finally admitted all the dark within my brightness. This here is the asterisk for all I've done that's blasphemous. I finally accepted that I'm half monk and half anarchist. I'll give you my heart and I will hand over my soul if you deserve it. But if you don't, you only get my ass to kiss. My existence is a book for you to read. Until next time, world, I try my soul inside this amethyst. Pluvio. Now press replay. Ha!